Or yo, what is up, guys? And usually I would clean my desk, but for this next product that I'm going to review, I'm not going to take the effort. So this is the Moondrop Dash, and for those who don't know, the Moondrop Dash is Moondrop's first attempt at a keyboard. I will say attempt. This is a 75% keyboard. The biggest, it's not really a gimmick. I use it all the time. The biggest thing with this is it has the Moondrop River 2 inside of it, right here, right under here. You could see the USB, not the USB. You could see the audio jacks for that, right there. And that part's fine. You know, the DAC is nice. I use it over my FIO K3 just to power my IEMs. So I'm not doing anything too power hungry. And so that's why I bought it. You know, I was like, you know what? Maybe I could, have my desk less cluttered. I could have my DAC and keyboard in one. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So let's start right off the bat. I bought this because, I thought it sounded good. Like from Shoobs. And then here we have from Keyboard. Now, I thought that sounded pretty good, but something went awry when I received it, and this is what I got. I'm not going to type on this now because there's different keycaps on here, the nice PBT shin buns. I like this keycap set a lot. The other ones didn't really fit my style, but this recording here has the stock keycaps. So yeah, you hear that. There's a little bit of difference there. I don't know why that sounds a little different. It sounds like they're two completely different keyboards. And not only that, you can hear from here that my stabilizers don't even sound that great at all. And you know what? I looked into it, and the way they did their lube, yeah, it made sense why they didn't sound that great. So there's another issue with that. And it just sounds so hollow. It doesn't sound good at all compared to what the reviewers were sent. It's crazy that it's basically false advertising. It's like your fast food chain like McDonald's. They show you a commercial and this is what you get, but actually they sent out the product and that's completely not what you get. It's completely different. And so what else is the issue? Well, for one, the cable that came with it, let me see if I can go find it. This aviator cable, this coiled aviator cable, this died on me within 2 days. I have to plug it in about halfway for the thing to even work, and if I plug it in all the way, it doesn't register. So this died. I got a partial refund for this, but this can go in the trash. And that wasn't the only issue. If that was the only issue, I could chalk it up to bad cabling and whatever. Drop didn't have a replacement to send me, so I just took a partial refund. All right, before this part starts, I like to say I have read the reviews and I contacted Moondrop about what my issue is, and hopefully they do something to fix that, because I do see that they are sending out a replacement hub just for that update. This is post recording, so yeah. The biggest issue I have with this keyboard is what you see here. And you might be like, that's your mouse moving. How does that the keyboard's fault? Well, it's the keyboard's fault because when I unplug my keyboard, it stops. It stops skipping like that. And I know it's the keyboard. I've tried 4 different cables. I've tried the other one I used with my other keyboard, the PCMK that I was using, that the coiled one. That was from Amazon for $30. Apart from not being able to power the DAC and the keyboard, I guess it was too long. I had to stop using it. I would get static with the DAC, and that's not what you want when you have a DAC. The OG cable that came with it, well, as I said before, that's fucking dead. I used the Pulsar cable, the Pulsar PCMK cable, the nice, almost like paracord type cable. That one worked until I said, fuck it, let me get a nice USB-C cable in preparation for a keyboard that I'm going to build. You'll see that later on. Once that comes out of group, not out of group buy, but once that comes to me. It's probably one of the most expensive builds I've done. This cable is from Doge Mods. I'm not going to show it in because it's plugged into my computer right now. It worked, but it did the same exact issue. And this issue doesn't happen randomly, thank God. But it only happens when I put my computer to sleep and then leave it for who knows how long. I don't know. I didn't test it. But I know it's the keyboard because, as I said before, I unplugged the keyboard and that shit happens again. Oh, sorry. I unplugged the keyboard and the mouse movement stops. I plugged in this keyboard. I plugged in, the old PCMK that I used, this one. And you know what? It worked fine. I put it to sleep. Came back after work. Guess what? Didn't happen. So I know it's this thing. This has been nothing but trouble since I got it a few weeks ago. And I really don't like to make these types of videos completely bashing a product because I could chalk it up to bad QC and all that. But I don't think this is bad QC. I think this is just a Moondrop issue. I looked on the drop reviews, and I'm not the only one that has issues with their keyboard basically not working right, not typing. There's keyboard drift or whatever that is. It's this isn't just a one-off thing. And the only reason why I haven't returned it yet is because Wu-Ting wouldn't send me a keyboard. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding about Wu-Ting not sending me a keyboard. I'm kidding because that's not why I stopped using it. The reason why I haven't stopped using it is because I like the DAC, and because me putting it to sleep is maybe like twice a day, I just put up with it. But if you're someone who cares about that, then yeah. So, not only that, there's no bottom RGB. And this is a fingerprint magnet, by the way. There's no bottom RGB. How are you going to have, I think this is PC, I'm not sure, but how are you going to have a translucent bottom if this is PC and there not be RGB? That makes zero sense. These feet right here, these are also bad. Let's take this off because my address is on there. These feet, you can see, these are so easy to move. These are so fucking easy to move. They just flop around. And when you're putting them down, right? When you're putting it down like this, guess what? These feet flip out like this because this is the way gravity wants it to move. And if you put it down, guess what? It goes like this. And when you don't want it like that, it's kind of hard to do that at the same time. So either you got to make these tighter or you just got to remove them completely because the way these feet flip are not good. Part with the sound test, I'm not the only issue. I'm not the only person that has that sound test issue. I found another video online right here. That basically shows that, hey, this keyboard doesn't sound anything like what the reviewers got. And considering that they were all hyping it up to be this amazing sounding stock keyboard, I'm sorely disappointed. To be honest, this is a keyboard attached to a DAC and not the other way around. And what do I mean by that? I mean the keyboard seems like an after statement, and it was basically designed around the DAC. Well, that's false, actually. This seems like there was two people working on this keyboard. One who made the keyboard, and then one who attached a DAC somewhere else. Because apparently the Moon River is really right here. It's not integrated in any way, shape, or form into the PCB. I know I'll throw up pictures here about where I saw that because I haven't opened this yet, but you can see here. This is the Moon River 2. This is a USB cable, I believe. This is a daughter board, and this is the main PCB here. And this just sounds hollow as hell. It sounds so hollow. So I will probably mod this and throw a video out later. I'll lube all the switches. I'll probably put in some foam because how bad this thing sounds. And I'll hopefully enjoy it a little more than I am until my next project comes and until my next keyboard comes. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't recommend this. I hate not being able to actually say I can't recommend a product, but I paid a good $300 for this, and the last thing I paid $300 for was my Razer Viper Mini Signature Edition, and guess what? I'm blown out of the water with that. I can't stop using it. This thing, I'm tolerating it. I can stop using it if I want to, but I just like the DAC in here. And that's the only reason why I am using this. Other than that, I would stay the fuck away from this keyboard until there's either a software update or there's the QC issues fixed. I messaged Drop first, and they told me to message Moondrop about software. I messaged Moondrop, and they said there's no software updates. So I asked them for the hex files to flash it via QMK, and guess what? I got nothing. Fortunately, it was only sent like a day ago, so I'm giving them a little more. But what am I going to do? And the weirdest part about this is they said it is VIA compatible. And by that, they mean their own version of VIA. You have to go online, and I think it's like moondropvia.com or something like that. You have to use their VIA. You can't use your own VIA that's installed on your computer already. It just won't recognize it. I don't know if that's just mine or if it's a main thing, but mine doesn't register. So there's that. So I really don't like to bash products, but this one is. You can tell I'm disappointed. I didn't even clean my desk for this. Usually I clean my desk, I make it look nice. make sure there's no trash laying around. But this isn't it. This really isn't. This isn't it.